That's a good question. Maybe I can. He just starts pulling on him, like unearthing the wire, and it just keeps going and going. It's like, should I keep following it? It looks like it's going out of the grotto.
I don't know. We're all pretty banged up. We can't stop anything that's outside right now. We'll hold off maybe on that.
Yeah, okay. He sets the orichalcum wire down on the ground, but you can see part of it still coiled up.
Huh. Lucian, you're like, you know what this is? Like, what is this used for?
Looking at Juniper, it's like Ethernet LAN wire, right? It's like LAN
magic
cables.
Ethernet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a magic Ethernet cable.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is Ethernet?
Although it's kind of weird that it's running through the park. Hey, Pan, you said it heads out of the grotto?
Yeah, it's around the rest of Pan Park.
Can you do you know where it ends? Can you like tell where it ends without following it, or do we have to follow it?
Oh no, I can figure that out. I can do that. He grabs a hold of one end, and you see his eyes glow for a brief moment as he's like tracing the magic back to its source. It's like, oh, this goes all the way back to the underworld.
Oh,
I bet
That's
it goes
weird.
to Kronos.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, I
didn't
mean,
know.
like even if that is the case, that's a little weird because like that guy's never gotten out of his adamantium prison.
That doesn't mean he can't be doing stuff within it.
Exactly.
Can
is he
this
plotting?
wire transfer energy into his prison?
Well, I guess he's not going to be able to
No.
watch his steps.
No, it feels more like it's like pulling it out.
Oh, wait, is he emailing himself from jail? Wait, is that what he's doing?
I don't know what an email is, but it sounds pretty rad, dude.
I don't know either.
Oh, we'll get to that later, Larp.
What do we do? I mean, I don't want anything to happen to you again, Pan. How do I make sure that you're safe?
Well, I should be all right now. Just someone
We've got the
someone
wire
was
up.
missing. Just my domain having to get all settled in, and now I'm feeling much stronger.
Right, well,
Yeah, I think I should be able to handle any more intrusions like this. Let me just
if you guys
deal with this wire.
if you guys don't mind, I will take this extremely dangerous material off of your hands and definitely not sell it at a profit at a nearby thrift store.
It could be useful for experiments.
Yeah, or it could be used to get a new shield.
Yeah, or we can use it to make really, really cool weapons and use it for the pursuit of knowledge. I'm
Or you could just buy them.
We could just
I
rock,
don't
paper,
know.
scissors for it. I mean, it seems like we have
It's
different
this whole
opinions,
warlock
what?
wizard thing. Like, you're doing more work than you have to. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
So,
did
like,
go
there's
to
a lot
the
more of this.
for
There's a lot
shield.
more of this orichalcum where it came from. I could just rip it all up and give it to y'all guys. I think that'll be fine. Yeah. I don't really have
Sounds
any
great.
for it around here.
Do we know whose it is? I don't mind stealing from Kronos. I really don't like stealing, but if it's from Kronos,
I mean, there's a way to find out. I guess Tristan leans down and touches it and tries to do the same thing he did to the net, to the wire. Do I need to roll for it?
Yeah. How many times per day can you do that?
I think it's my wisdom modifier. Let me check the sheet
Oh!
real quick.
that's wild.
Ooh, that's pretty
That's
pretty
a
good.
lot.
That's a lot.
Maybe having a little
Incoming
regret
Wait.
today.
Wait, I think I may have grabbed something off one of the bodies of the esports people. If you could do that, and we could get a good look at the guy that murdered him. Hold up.
It actually
Oh,
doesn't
no.
say. It just says, as a ritual, you can spend 10 minutes. What the heck? File is in owner's trash.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
Been
did
nerfed
you get,
actively.
are you look,
As a
have
ritual,
looked
you
at
may spend
the,
10 minutes
definition?
discerning the history of an item within the last 24 hours. Its uses, its location, the people around it, anything the item sees or hears, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't say any maximum times I can use it, but it just says it takes 10 minutes to do.
Well, I sure did that, and maybe I'm regretting it a little bit right now, but it'll be fine. Everything
Maybe
will
we
be
just
fine.
maximum amount of times, like maybe I use, if you really want to nerf me even harder, you could make it use one of my divinity slots.
Nah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Everything will be fine. It'll be fine.
All right. By the way, if I sound a little different today, it's because
Yeah,
my nose is a little
so
messed up. I'm recovering from a
that's
surgery.
that's why he's not on camera today. Because sometimes you just got to have a little rest and a little time off camera. So yeah, you sit down to perform your ritual with the orichalcum wire, and you see exactly what the wire sees and hears for the last 24 hours, which is basically nothing because it was buried underground until it is unceremoniously ripped from the ground by Pan.
Well, guys, it felt like this wire is just all I could see is being a wire. I really don't have anything to report, unfortunately.
How long back can you see in the item?
24 hours. It reveals its
Oh.
uses, location, people around it, anything items he's
For
sees
sure.
or
This has
hears.
been here for weeks.
However, it says it reveals its uses, so I don't know. Like, what is
Anyways.
it? Can I determine what it was being used for? Like, does the wire
can
know what it was being used for?
You can determine that it was being used to push out a large amount of divine magic.
Okay.
Fine magic.
So divine magic was coming through this thing. It was going out rather than in. Maybe that theory about being downloaded or emailed is a little accurate.
I'm gonna cry.
Gotta keep tabs on that. Maybe we should have someone check on Thanatos in his cell. Might be a good idea. I don't know. Like, is there cameras on him? Did anyone notice cameras while we were down there? They should probably have some kind of monitoring system. It seemed like he was just left to his own devices. Honestly,
It was. That's exactly what.
Yes, let's wiretap the gods, guys.
That's
How
not what I'm
about-
saying at
If
all.
that'll go over well.
How about we have that meeting that we were planning on? I mean, it's about
Yeah.
time,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, before we go, Pan, can you heal us? I've been feeling pretty weak. And charred broiled.
Yeah, I can whip up a little something for you. So, yeah, you can heal you for really dice.
Wait,
Okay.
how low are you? I can heal you before Pan heals you, and it'll do more healing because you're at
I'm
1
at
HP.
6 HP.
Oh, okay. I'll just give you
I'm
a
really
healing
feeling
word.
myself.
just one healing word. So it'll do 8 healing
Okay,
because you're below the threshold.
awesome.
And now Pan can heal you.
Cool. Pan will give you another 12.
See, Pan's better than me. That makes sense, though.
He is a god.
Awesome.
Pan, you'll
Feeling
have to
much
show me
better.
how you did that. I'm trying to work on my helping skills.
Oh, you'll get there eventually. You know, I'm a god, so I kind of have that whole power advantage thing. But like you got to work for it. You know, you got to put in that effort.
You're right.
Also,
Thanks for the
I
advice.
think we should interrogate Marvin before he gets handed over to the police and shuts up. Just an idea, guys.
We could just not hand him over to the police.
He's gonna
I
get
like
handed
that
over.
idea a lot, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
see?
that is
That's it.
yes. But I do want some information so we can like blackmail him into our service.
I mean, we already know that he was helping this mysterious individual with the blade hide bodies. It sounds like he's been hiding bodies in exchange for being blackmailed or something. But he has warehouses of stuff. So we have that information on him, and he doesn't know that we know this about him. So maybe we can work
Yeah.
out some kind of information exchange.
I mean, also he like tried to kill us. So that's a lot of blackmail information already.
That's
Like-
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
He did attempt to murder us and hired a gang
Can
to do so.
Can I go over and like poke him with the end of my staff, just on my glaive, just give him a little prod in the head?
Yeah,
Thunk.
you prod him, and he. I mean, he's still unconscious.
He fails his last death save because of that. Oh no!
Is he
All right.
stable?
I take
he's
a-
stable.
I take a pitcher of water out of my pack and I just like cup my hands over his face and then just drop it.
Oh, I thought you were just drowning him for a second. I'm like, what?
Does the splash of water wake him up?
Where am I?
Hi.
Hi,
Good
Marvin.
morning, sweetheart.
You're going to tell us some information.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I'll tell you anything you want. None of it was my fault, and you can just let me go free as soon as you have what you want. Is that fine? Is that fine?
Well,
Well,
Is that
we
a
know
was
that's
it?
a lie.
Was that a lie?
Larb's gonna
I'm
go
asked this
into
question a lot.
Larb's gonna detect thoughts
yeah.
immediately once conscious.
Yeah, you can detect thoughts. Remind me again what that does. Lucian, go ahead and roll an insight check.
For the duration, I can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast the spell. As an action on each of my turn, I can focus my mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet. I can generally determine surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on the mind in the moment. And as an action, I can shift my attention to another creature or probe deeper into his mind. And if I probe, it's a wisdom save.
Also, I
All
thought
right,
I'd mention
and-
that I got a 30 insight with a 20.
And yeah, he got the higher roll. And then mine's a
Yeah,
17, but I
that's
can't
a
roll
nat
lower than
20.
8.
Oh my
So I know
goodness.
everything about this guy now.
Just a 30.
Okay. So Larb and Lucian also, both of you immediately know that this guy is like trying to save his own skin. But he is telling the truth that like he will cooperate with you fully. Tristan, you additionally recognize that like he is scared out of his own mind right now about all kinds of things. But you don't know the details of what. You can hazard a guess based on what you saw previously in your visions.
Well, he's telling the truth. That much I know, at least, by reading your thoughts. Yes, Marvin, I can read your stinking thoughts.
Also, Marvin,
Wait,
I
you
kinda
can read
read
my
your mind
mind?
already.
Wow,
Yeah,
I'm
how
How long
really
have you
messed
been
up
able to
this
do
time.
that?
The whole time. Yep.
Yeah, I also
So
looked
you
into
know
your
about all
past,
those
and I
awful
know-
things, and
Yep. We know how terrible you are.
I'm
Come
not
clean,
that
Marvin.
bad. Really, I'm quite reasonable. You know, I'm just
What have you done?
making my living in the real estate market. I haven't
So you've done
anything too
nothing
terribly
illegal.
wrong.
You
How are
claim
you
you've done
making
nothing
your way?
illegal.
Well, I may have done a few things.
You tried to kill us, and when we asked you not to, you continued to try to kill us.
I mean,
How can that be
you know,
reasonable?
look, sometimes your business is a little cutthroat, and sometimes that's a little literal. And while I don't
Yeah, I think
generally
that's pretty
go for the
reasonable,
whole
Lucian.
violence,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to get anybody killed. I really did just want to capture the dwarf and then leave. That was
But
my,
why?
that
Okay,
was my
Marvin,
honest
I
intention.
don't care about all of that. Who are you working for?
Yes, this is a good question.
His name is Virgil. Dr. Levine, can you please roll me a wisdom
Oh
saving
yes,
throw?
that's a
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah.
Can I give her guidance, or is that too late to do that?
It's a little too late for that to
Okay,
happen.
no worries.
Yeah.
It's like an epiphany kind of thing. That's fair.
Yeah,
Oh
this is
yes.
a very sudden thing happening.
Does the
Oh,
image
yes.
of Virgil pop into Mr. Biz's mind when he mentions the name?
So
Yes.
with the
Yes, it does.
23, Juniper is going to definitely make that save, but she is going to take out her book and let's see here. And well, yeah, she's going to say, "You really are not a good man. And if you mess this up, I will kill you without a second's hesitation. You bloody peasant. And it will be everything you deserve."
Make me an intimidation check.
Lucian, I've got 5 silver that she's going to kill him.
I kind of hope she doesn't, so I'm going to bet against that.
Anyway,
I got my 5 silver.
And that one.
he kind of just like raises an eyebrow at you and is just like, "I'm sorry, have I hit a nerve somewhere?"
That's none of your business now. Tell us where the bastard is.
I would tell you that, but I honestly don't know. I have a whole bunch of warehouses and apartments and other sorts of buildings that are just rented out by him and his members. I don't know which one of them he's in. He could be in any of them. He could even be in none of them and just living somewhere else in the city to avoid detection. Wouldn't surprise me. He's the kind of type to cut off a bond when it doesn't benefit him anymore. And I do mean cut off.
He's the type of guy to do a lot of terrible things. Now, I just want to find him, and I want him dead. So,
Mr. Biz, Go ahead, please. I'll wait.
yes, hearing Tristan, Juniper will finally shut up, realizing that she might actually kill this man.
Marvin,
Mr.
Oh,
Biz,
go ahead.
I have to say, you're a business person. You're reasonable, and I think you can understand where you're in a bad position. And let me tell you, I know the nasty things, the dirty things you've done. I want you to point at this map, and I open my phone and I say, I want you to show me where the bodies are buried on this map. And you and I know that if we hand you over to the police officers and they know that these bodies are missing and they uncover them and we say, hey, Marvin did it, you are probably going to either go away for life or you're going to have your own taken from you. And wouldn't you rather this other guy go away for it instead of you? Not much business you could do from jail.
I'm going to say make me an intimidation check. This is definitely intimidation.
To add on to the intimidation, is it possible that I could use a spell I haven't had a chance to do yet? And cast Unearthly Chorus. Until the spell ends, you make a charisma performance checks with advantage. In addition, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to beguile, fear, awe, or intimidate one creature you choose within 30 feet of you that could hear or see the music. So when I cast this, he can see the ghostly spirits that I can see around me, and he hears like their chanting and their moans and their noises.
I'm not going to make you roll intimidation at this point because between that terrifying description and the fact that I pre-rolled and had a 3, I'm going to preemptively assume that you are successful in the casting of Unearthly Chorus. You see him go like white as a sheet and say, I didn't bury any of the bodies, I swear. I didn't bury a single one. Every single one of them, I dumped into the drink somewhere. I dropped into the river, threw into a
Right.
sewer way. The police have
Right,
already
well,
uncovered most of them.
You could still show us where those are on the map. And you while you're at it, why don't you also point out where those warehouses are?
Yeah,
I
sure.
appreciate
I can do all of that here. Let me in the. Can I get a hand free? Because he's currently tied up.
Absolutely not.
No. We
Well,
put a
then-
pen in his mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
Put
put
a
a little.
pen in his
I
mouth.
pull out a stylus from like my breast pocket and hand it to him and put it in his mouth.
you hand him a stylus, and so he's like, "Okay, over here," and he's like starts pointing out the locations as to where he left the bodies. You recognize.
Why don't you just indicate the bodies
some of-
as an X and you put a circle on the warehouses?
You gave me a stylus, not a pen.
Well, you gave us a lot of stuff to clean up, so
There's
hard not to
I
spell on
can't.
the show.
There's no ink. I don't have any ink to
Oh,
draw with.
Sir,
It's
this
on
is a
his phone.
smartphone. All you have to do is just press it up against the phone. It's a stylus. It
Oh,
has a rubber
really?
tip.
That's fantastic. Sure, I'll go down try. And yeah, he starts marking places on your hearth phone to mark out all the places where he left bodies, and then he marks out several locations of warehouses that are under control of Dante's Circle.
Also,
Thank you, sir.
do you know the name of Marilyn Van Dyke?
He thinks for a moment.
What does he think about?
You see him like going through his memory, trying to like track down somebody by that name. No, it draws a blank, and you can confirm that that's true.
He hasn't been anything.
Guys, I have an idea. So
Oh,
we
sorry,
know
Lucian,
that.
I thought you saw the ghost. Sorry, here, I'll turn that off.
So I have an idea that might be useful. So you said that Virgil, right, is his name? He like. I'm asking Mr. Biz.
Sorry, my internet stuttered for a little bit, and sometimes it can be like that. But what is it that you were asking, Mr. Piss?
Yeah, I said, Mr. Biz, Virgil is kind of a ruthless man, right? He'll cut you off if you're not useful.
Yes, literally. I think we've been through this.
No, yes. So my question is, how long do you think you have to remain in Virgil's good graces and keep up like all the connections that he's built for you?
Look, you and I both know that I'm a dead man the moment I get out of this grotto, all right? It doesn't matter if I'm going to prison or if he's going to hunt me down and slaughter me himself. I have lost everything at this point, and at this point, my goal is just to give as many props to Hades on my way down.
You guys, I just had a brilliant idea.
Ooh, share.
We sell them for a
We-
shield?
Do we huddle up?
No, we use Biz as bait.
I was gonna
lure
say-
I
Virgil
like this plan.
Yes.
somewhere
I was
where we
gonna
can
say.
find him, nice and quiet and alone,
Perhaps one of
and
these
we can
warehouses.
talk to him one-on-one.
You know,
Rather
I know a
fun.
nice cafe.
Will Virgil come for you directly, Mr. Biz?
Maybe he might just send his goons after me.
But what if those goons don't work?
I don't know. No one's
Miss-
ever escaped before. They usually just die.
Mr. Biz, what if we could keep you safe?
I do want to remind you guys, this guy's trying to make me
Can
homeless, so
escape that man, Marvin.
I didn't
People
learn.
have done it.
I'm not expecting
Larp.
to escape him. As a matter of fact, I don't even think all of you can do it.
I know you can because I have.
Well, this is news to us.
There's a lot
Wait,
you
what do you
don't know.
mean?
Yes, I'm very aware of that. However, knowing more is better than not knowing anything. And if you know things that you're not telling us, it'd be kind of useful.
I don't know. She kind of turned white as a sheet every time his name comes up. So
Okay, well, I probably should, tell you that, I kind of invented a thing. It kind of pissed him off. He kind of wanted me dead. And I found out I was a wizard, and the rest was history.
What did you invent?
I'm going to take my action to switch detect dots to...
Wow.
On the surface, what is Juniper thinking?
On the surface, she is honestly pissed off.
Oh.
There is a certain type of rage there that you just haven't quite seen her exhibit to the party.
rage about what?
Rage about the fact that this guy isn't dead yet.
You really don't like this guy. I all I can see is red, everywhere.
Lucky color.
Huh.
Anyways, I will be as forthcoming with you as possible. I just, don't really like to go into my history.
Well, hey
I-
guys, I don't know if this matters to you, but there's a bunch of people out there that seem to be looking around, calling for your names, trying to figure out where you went.
Are they in
Yes.
uniform?
I think we should go back and have that meeting, and I will tell you guys that then. Marvin, you're coming with us.
Well, I didn't exactly have any other options.
No,
Well,
you
is
definitely didn't.
Isn't one of the individuals we're meeting with a police officer? Wouldn't we want to hide Marvin with Pan until we are clear?
That's what I've been saying.
We can hide Marvin with Pan and then hand over the goons to
And
the
you can
officer. I
wrap
guess.
some vines around him, put him up in a tree or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Now
Put
that my
something in his
power's
mouth.
back, I could just...
Perfect.
He just waves his hand. You see some vines sprout out of the earth, wrap around all of these guys, and chain them in place. Don't worry, I don't have anything better to do, so I could just sit here for quite some time.
Amazing. When they wake up, they might be good conversation.
You never know. I
Well-
could use a good conversation.
And if you don't mind, and Larb would try to attempt to take Pan aside for a quick conversation.
Sure, we can do that.
Pan, this man, Mr. Biz, I don't think he's inherently bad. He's just
Well,
in this life, right? But he wants to take away our home. He wants to take away the park.
materialistic, he's greedy, he was willing to basically kidnap you and force you out of your home. He sounds pretty bad to me.
Well, if there's anyone that can show him the beauty of nature again, it's you. So as a favor, can you try? Make him love the world again?
Well, gosh, shucks, haven't had a project like this in a long time. I'll give it a shot.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get this show on the road, guys. As Larb quickly
Let's
tries to
do
wipe
it.
the tear away from his face.
All right, Mr. Marvin, it's been nice doing business with you. And I turned down my chin at him and regard him. And all right, anyone else need some healing real quick? Everyone doing all right?
No, we head on over.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nighty-night, Mr. Biz, and Lucian's just gonna punch him out and knock him out.
Hi. Damn, I thought.
Drop the guy as well.
So much for rehabilitating.
There's
him.
like not even a need for an attack roll at this point. You just reach over and punch him out. He falls unconscious to the ground. Or he would if he wasn't tied up with all those vines that keep him like propped up right. So he's just like slumped there with his head down.
We should like jumping up in the air to punch him with this like fist.
Yes.
It's the big gauntlet. Just it's like way too hard, way harder than necessary.
And Juniper goes ahead and gags him while he's unconscious,
Oh, that's fair.
so he can't escape.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right.
Let's head on
The
over.
lot of
Out
you
this way.
head out of Larb's Grotto and back into Pan Park, where you
Are we
find
bringing the bodies
William.
with us?
Are
The
you?
other guys?
The goons, right? Yeah.
The goon, yeah.
Yeah.
Should probably bring the goons.
Sure.
So we have an
Yeah, let's
excuse as to
bring-
why we weren't there.
We're bringing them.
And also why we're like bloodied.
Yeah,
True.
that's a good point.
Yeah, you find William, Pollux, and Holly looking around trying to find you. It's Pollux who spots you first. Oh, thank God, you're all here, and you have visitors. He kind of looks down at all the unconscious bodies you're carrying along with you, and I take it a little something happened back there.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
we
little
were.
morning activity. We, that common in this line of work. Anyways, let's get to the meeting, everyone.
Oh, okay. We got some park benches over there, and Bruce should be here any minute. So,
It's fine. We can start without him. He's usually late.
I know it. He might actually need to be here for this. To be honest, I'm sorry, Lucian.
Okay.
Well, we can catch him up when he gets here.
Juniper will take out her phone and text Bruce, "Where in Hades are you?" with 7 exclamation points.
I love the idea that Bruce has an auto text. It's like, "Hi, I'm an emotional capacity. Thanks for reaching out, though."
you've reached the line of Bruce Van Dyke and stuff like that. No, if anything, his auto text would probably say something like, "This is Detective Van Dyke. I'm currently busy. My time is currently occupied right now. I will be with you as soon as I can. Thank you." So you all go and sit down at the bench with these unconscious Dante goons. Holly is this little girl who is William's daughter, and is kind of like looking around, kind of funny. She looks at you in some hope of like maybe normalcy because you're like her age, you're a kid. Maybe you two can get along.
I'm not paying her any attention. She does not matter. Like, she is but a speck in the life that I am currently living.
She's another piece of the topiary.
I turn
Exactly.
to Holly and direct her to Larb and say, "Why don't you talk to Larb? He's a lot more entertaining."
Oh, do you know anything about growing flowers?
Maybe. What's your favorite kind of flower?
Oh, it's this one. And she holds out her hand, and a daisy sprouts from her hand.
That's
Tristan like goes
beautiful.
wide-eyed. He's like, "Does everyone in the city have this power? Why do I even have a flower shop?" Hi, I have a
Well,
flower shop down the road.
Can I show you my favorite flower?
Yeah, sure.
Like to show acceptance, but he will produce an orchid instead.
Aww. As this very sweet conversation is happening, you hear the sound of rapidly approaching footsteps. You turn and see Bruce Van Dyke rushing towards you, like his coattails flapping in the wind behind him as he like sprints. It's like 3 murders last night. Marvin Biz, warehouses. We got the police and he sees.
Yeah, we
the-
killed some goons and figured out all this on our own.
Well, they're not like dead, right?
They're not
I thought
dead.
They were just unconscious.
That was a miss. That was not correct. They are right
We
here.
dropped
They're
some
fine.
goons.
So
Lucian
you
has
have,
been getting great homeschooling.
and I suppose you just have all the information on where all of their bases are now.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
actually.
do. We also know
Yeah.
that this guy named Virgil is like owning them, and yeah.
Sometimes I wonder why we even have a police department if adventurers are just going to go out
Yeah.
of their way to solve everything anyway.
I mean,
Yeah,
no
given that you
offense, but you guys
found
kinda
Virgil
suck a little bit.
innocent in my case over me, I think that the police don't do their jobs, clearly.
Look,
Hey,
guys,
I'm
Juniper.
trying.
Juniper,
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
Juniper,
I'm
still a
trying.
brother.
Hey, Juniper, I appreciate that you're mad at my dad, but he's my dad. Only I can be mad at him. So please, keep your tone down. Actually, I'd appreciate it.
Marius looks over you and like slightly bewildered that you're like sticking up for him, and you see him like kind of puff up a little bit, gain a little bit of his confidence back. Well,
do I notice
what-
that?
What you probably do.
Okay.
He come on, brain, work with me. He says, well, there's one thing you couldn't have possibly done, and that was send out police officers to all those locations to make arrests. You can't be everywhere at once, but we can. So I am we're doing the right thing. I'm doing my job. Give me some credit here.
Wonderful.
However,
Good.
that may have been a poor decision, as they might, if you crack down on all of them simultaneously, they might, either see you coming or, I don't know. It just...
No, simultaneous
And
is the
if
best
we only-
idea.
If
Go
we
for
only
it.
crack down on one at a time, then they'll have warning from one or the other. That's why we're
Nice.
hitting them all at
Simultaneous.
once.
So you did it. You got Virgil and everyone. Good job. Wow.
Well, the raids haven't happened and are ongoing. I was trying to get them all organized before I arrived. So with the good news and but we got it.
Sir, you know the locations of all these warehouses, right? You know where all them are?
Yes,
I have
should
I
know
have a
where all
map
of them
here
are.
from a good source. Can I show you this real quick and you can verify? There's
Yeah, sure.
circles
He
and
pulls
X's on
out
this
his
map.
own map.
Just
pulls out-
cross-reference this if you would.
He correctly and accurately, the two of you have all of the warehouses and the rentals all marked off correctly. So what are all these here? What are these other marks?
Oh, those X's. I thought you know what they were, considering you're, really good at your job, is what it seems. But at any rate, I suppose I should tell you. I look at everyone to see if anyone gives me a confirmation. I should tell them this. Does anyone give me a nod in the party? Okay, I will say very well. So these are the locations of bodies that you may have discovered, may or may not have discovered. If you could confirm the locations of these bodies.
His eyes go wide, and he looks down at the phone, and you can see something processing in the back of his mind, as the brilliant detective he is. Can you send me a copy of this?
Yes, certainly. I can email it to you. What is your address?
He gives you his address, his email address.
Okay, I'll send it over to him.
Cool. Okay. That is such important information. You have no idea. That's confirmation. What was your source here? Because I do need to be able to use this to prosecute. I mean, this does give some reasonable doubt.
I can
and
speak
some-
with the dead. You could just put it down as I use my godly
Right.
powers to be able to commune with
Right.
the
Godly
deceased
powers.
parties.
Of course, it's always godly powers.
I'm sure that checks out in a court of law.
At the very least, they may call you to come in to testify. Oh, my
Testify.
goodness.
It should be a problem.
Okay. Is there anything else you need from me? Because I need to take this information and take care of some
No.
things.
Go do your
Go
job.
for it.
Godspeed.
All right.
Maybe. Wait.
Cool.
In case we get into a serious situation where we can't handle ourselves, I think it's wise to maybe rely on the police. Do you have anything that we can use to like signal you besides a phone? Something with a more reliable connection?
Ooh, does he have a signal in the sky that we could put up?
I don't
You have a
know what's more
walkie-talkie?
reliable than my Hearthstone. In the city, it's gonna work, right? I mean,
You can call 911 anywhere, and the police will
Yeah.
come running. That's
Yeah, but, like,
I
more
mean, if
like
they
you
didn't, they'd be
specifically,
pretty bad
though.
at their jobs,
Yeah,
right?
just you though.
Speaking from personal experience, contacting my father directly is not usually the fastest, more reliable method to, access him. Usually setting on something on fire.
I can't deny that, if we're being totally honest.
Got it. Set something on fire. Okay.
Wait, what?
Alright.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Yes,
Thank you, officer.
I'm going, and he's
Keep up the
like,
good work.
immediately he books it. You can tell that he's like exhausted, but there's a light back in his eyes. There's some life there that Lucian hasn't seen in quite a while. He knows something. He's on to something, and you see him hop in his car and pull off. The rest of you are sitting around a picnic table.
Awesome. So, Pollux. So I guess we should go around the table and probably ask everyone what information they have on the case, about Virgil, about whoever Virgil might be working for.
Wait a minute, who's Virgil?
Oh, we need to catch you up to date on some stuff.
I give them the description of Virgil as he looked like in my vision.
yeah. Weren't you working for a man under that description?
Yeah.
Oh, I was in some terrible danger. And I didn't even know it. And do you have like a picture of this guy? Like something I can write down and have a
I bet
confirmed.
Juniper. Do you have a photo of Juniper?
I go and I go into my bag. I take out an old court file I'd been carrying that I hadn't quite gotten around to burning yet, and I slam it on the table in front of him.
Jeez.
Yeah, you open up the file. Virgil, he is approximately 33 years old. You know him to be the leader of the Circle of Dante. And you know he has a history with with Juniper. So you have plenty of knowledge about him, don't you, Juniper? But anyway, Pollux looks down at this case file. He's like, "Oh my god, I was sitting 5 feet away from this guy. He told me he was just like one of the connections to the higher ups. Maybe that was what the whole test thing is now. How am I not dead?"
You didn't
How
get
are
a
you-
doctorate in something dangerous.
Sheer luck.
How are you so stupid? You were undercover with the police force who knows who Virgil is, don't they? Didn't you know what
Yeah,
you were
don't
doing?
they?
To be honest, no, we don't know this guy. He was in a disguise a lot of the time. He introduced himself as Eugene, I think it was.
I bet they
Oh,
didn't have a photo.
great. So not only did he attack me, he killed my mother. I really want this man dead.
I'm sensing some issues here, so I'm just going to. I'm not sure what else I can provide you. I've told you pretty much everything I know.
It's all
Okay,
right.
well,
Pretty much
I guess
everything our investigation is filled. Isn't that right, William? William just kind of nods. Yeah, that's everything we turned up, and haven't had much luck otherwise.
Well, hey Pollux,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So I have this here staff that I grabbed from your unconscious body when I thought that you were an evil person, and still kind of think you are for murdering people.
That's fair.
Can I keep it? Because I think that I can use it far more effectively than you ever will be able to.
Yeah, I had it because it had like this overcharge spell involved in it. I don't know how to work the thing.
Okay. Great. Well, that's all I need. And Lucian's just gonna get up and just walk away from the meeting.
Oh,
Yeah.
bye, Lucian.
Cool.
Nice spending
bye,
time with you
Lucian.
today.
Nice.
Be
Nice
safe.
to see you. Yeah.
Right, well, I actually
Yeah.
have to
For
head
the
out
rest
as well.
of you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, folks, for taking the time to exchange information, and good luck and stay safe. We'll be in touch.
luck,
Everyone should exchange phone numbers.
Yeah.
Here's Lucian's number if anyone doesn't have it. I'll just
Yeah,
send it over to you.
everyone exchanges numbers. You get Pollux, and William. You don't get Holly, although she tries to swap numbers with Lucian. Yes, no. She will also
He's
swap
walking
numbers
away.
with Larb.
As he's walking away.
She'll swap numbers with Larb and with Tristan if Tristan wants to. She already has Dr. Levine's number, so.
I just give
I'm
her
her
my
aunt.
business
I
card
guess
for the-
offered Andy if they care.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just a little weird to have like a little girl's like number on my phone.
Yeah,
I hope
no,
you
that's
understand.
totally fine. I mean,
All right.
like I'm a kid and stuff, so I don't want to get caught up
Yeah.
in a lot of this stuff my dad gets into anyway.
No, I like run weapons around town and stuff sometimes. So, anyways,
Yeah, that's a little scary. Can you just like take care of my aunt, please?
yeah, absolutely. She's in
Thank
good
Have
you.
my
hands.
word.
You can trust me.
We'll take care of her.
Listen, I've got to jet though.
Yeah,
Ryan,
go
who's
for
going
it.
to say. See you.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Eddie. Keep up the good work.
I probably
Alright.
should go check on Pan as well. Holly, if you ever have any questions about like your powers or anything, like just let me know.
She
And Polly,
nods
if you
and
ever want to come
smiles.
by the flower shop, I have all kinds of varieties, and you can feel free to practice with them, making them grow and shrink and whatever you want. I think my assistant could use some company around the shop. He gets lonely sometimes.
Oh, I'd love to.
I think it would be good for you, Holly. School is honestly kind of irrelevant. Just take the GRED and go to
Yeah.
college. Just
Aren't you like
yeah.
a college professor or something? Should you really be advocating for that?
kind of did what Lucian did and kind of homeschooled myself through K through 12 and then just went to college.
Oh, I mean, I suppose that's fair. But I'm kind of
Yeah, you had to find out
school.
eventually. Yeah, well, if you like school, stay. Yeah, you should stay
I'm
in
100%.
school, child.
I'm 100% an advocate for our public school system. I think it's great. 100%. Keep it up. You'll go
All
places.
this hyping of our education system aside, at this point the party starts splitting ways. William and Holly are like, "Hey, Juniper, can I take you somewhere?" Just the three of us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. And as the rest of you head off, so we're gonna go around everybody, and we're gonna start. You know what? Why don't we start with Juniper? So Juniper, you are with William, your brother, and his daughter Holly. He invites you to hop in his car, and he drives around the town until he drives to a place that should be familiar to you. He drives to the cemetery. He gets out of his car and, assuming that you follow him, walks over to your mother's grave.
Yes, I do follow him.
Yeah.
I bend down, I touch it, and almost in tears, I say, God, Mom, I'm sorry he took you and not me.
Your brother takes one arm and kind of puts it comfortingly over your shoulder. And it's kind of hard to know that it wasn't. I mean, we suspected it. That's part of why I got involved in this whole thing in the first place. But to know that's what took her feels like opening up the wound all over again.
Does, like, he took my safety, he took my life, and now it turns out he took my family.
It's
Should we tell our sister? I don't think so.
I think we keep it quiet from her. I think getting her involved is just going to complicate matters a lot further.
Yeah,
Like, what is she going to do? Like, fashion at them?
Yeah, she's kind of the most worthless one in the family.
I mean, I'd say she's the most normal one in the family. I don't know about worth, but
Normal's overrated.
well,
You knew everything that happened, I assume.
I mean, I was there for that whole conversation we just had, so I've kind of gathered the gist of it and been doing my own investigations. And heard you went down to the underworld?
Yeah, saw Mom. She's doing great.
Oh, it's a bit comforting to hear. Elysium, I
He
hope.
doesn't know she was murdered, but that's probably for the best.
Honestly, like, I don't think she would have picked up on it if it had been the most blatant thing in the world sometimes, you know?
Plus, there's like some pretty good dim sum down there, so she's happy.
Dim sum, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe I should. No, we're
Learn
gonna
how
wait
to
a
make
while.
some? Yeah.
Yes, make some, definitely. I was not thinking of going down there, and I'm not going down there for dim sum. Anyway, yeah, it's good to know she's doing all right. How are you doing? Like, are you like talking with your therapist still? Is that all still going well?
That was court mandated, ended. I just didn't feel any sort of. I know I should, William. I really
Should.
do
You absolutely
know,
should.
but like, it's one thing when it's the past, and it's another thing when it's the present, and like, I don't want to give my information to a person while an evil guy is still hunting me down.
Yeah, that's fair. And hopefully we'll get this all over with soon, and then we can all finally relax a little.
I thought that my doctoral thesis and the invention was genius. I thought it was going to change the world. I didn't know it was going to kill so many people.
I think you're putting a lot of weight on that. I don't. You are not responsible for people trying to get access to your equation. All right, you're not responsible for that. They're making their own choices. Those lives are not on your hands. All right?
Yeah, it's just hard when you're surrounded by corpses, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Some
The two of you hang out in the graveyard for a little while, just comforting each other, talking about stories about your mother. Holly
Two.
grows a few flowers and leaves them on the gravestone. We're gonna go home from here. Do you
Do you mind if
want to
I
come with?
Yeah, I kind of don't have an apartment and have been sleeping in my office. I wouldn't mind having an actual bed.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair. You get a phone call from Destiny Cazadora, your coworker at the university.
I answer it.
Answer. You pick up your phone on the other side. Um, Juniper, are you okay?
What happened? Why are you freaking out? What do you know?
Oh, thank God.
And I
Oh, thank
swear
God.
to
Okay.
what's wrong, Destiny?
Somebody ransacked your room.
Bloody hell.
I mean, the whole place
Yeah.
is just torn up. We had to put out a small fire. That 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 pin board you had is completely just sliced to pieces. Look, I need you to stay safe. If you want to come back and check things out for yourself, you're welcome to. But I think you need to find somewhere where you're going to be protected.
After I say, yeah. Well, this is when remember that big argument that led to us like not getting married. Well, this is where I say I'm right, and yes, I will go check it out. Thank you.
All right, but just stay safe out there, okay? Like I know I can't stop you. I know that's not happening. I'm still at the scene of the crime myself, but
Yes,
talking with the talking.
I'll bring
We'll
my
let you know.
brother. Yes. At that point, yeah, I'm gonna want to go back and investigate at some point. I don't know if we have time for that. So
Cool. William will take you off to the university. We're gonna move on to the next person on our list. We're gonna go to Andromeda, who I imagine is going straight back to their car, right?
Yeah, I need to get out of here. Just sort of high stepping it with my backwards legs because I'm a goat down there, and I'm just going to on the way. I'm just going to sort of call out to Pan. Or not Pan, to Hermes. I'm just going to say, hey, listen, we've been investigating magical stuff a bunch, and I don't know if anybody's any good at actually knowing about magical items. Do you think you could help me out with that?
You send up your prayer, and the glove compartment of your Maserati suddenly pops open. In it, you find a pair of aviator sunglasses. Like, we're talking top quality. You put them on, and the world around you, um, appears slightly different. Um, this is our way of fluffing your Eldritch invocation that gives you access to detect magic at will.
Awesome. Sweet. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing those. And I'm cruising towards Hephaestus, I believe. If I can, try and track him down.
Hephaestus himself has a sectioned off area of the city, which is known as his craft works. You would think it would be a big factory, but it's actually a much smaller shop, given a lot of space. You see mostly warehouses where things are being stored after they've been crafted. You walk into the building, and Hephaestus is already is in there at. He's sitting at a computer right now, messing with some sort of program. You can see him sitting in his tricked out wheelchair, godly essence, flowing from him. He's like, these newfangled 3D printers are so hard to figure out.
Hey,
you want?
sorry to bother you. I found this the other day, and I sort of just flick the shard up in the air and catch it in my other hand. Would you mind telling me about it?
He turns around, rolls over to you, and kind of just plucks the shard out of your hands, takes a close look at it.
Yeah, I remember. Didn't forge this one. Broke it though. Hard day that was.
Puts it back in your hand.
Harp of Kronos. Big curved hook sword. Titan Kronos used it as a weapon. Nearly killed Zeus with
And
it.
how did you destroy it, may I ask?
Hit it.
Well, I guess that works.
Yeah, hit it enough times and anything will break. Keep that
Right.
in mind.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Listen, I think somebody might be trying to compile all the pieces. Do you have any way of tracking down old serial numbers or anything like that, or magical items?
Of course. Keep track of pretty much everything. If an arm is crafted, I have a log of it. Including the one on your back.
Yeah. Actually, could you tell me more about that? I
Can I see it?
I came
He kind of
across a
holds out his
sword.
hand. He holds out his hand in expectation.
I came across the blades in my travels, and yeah, it's taken a liking to me.
Yeah, he looks it over, um, kind of just like inspecting the blade.
This is some of my best work.
It really is
Looks
great
like-
craftsmanship.
Especially the dampening feature.
Sorry?
Magical dampening feature.
Carry on.
I put that feature on pretty much any item, weapon, or object that contained a shard of the Harp of Kronos.
Magical dampening.
Yep.
What does it do?
Mostly just contains the magic signature. Makes it hard to
So that you can't
keep track
detect
of
it.
if you don't exactly.
Right. Do you think you could do me a favor and put one of those on this? On the shard?
Can't.
No?
No.
Alright.
Magic seems too powerful. That's why I made the swords. Trophies. The axes. The toilet bowl. That was a weird choice. But it was a fine toilet
Hey.
bowl.
Actually, I think it's a great choice. You kind of got to spread that stuff out. It'd be bad if it was all in like a bunch of weapons, because then it'd be really easy to find them.
Certainly. And then be putting weapons in the hands of the enemy. You're a smart kid.
Well, anyways, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to head out. With my shard.
Sure. You head out with your shard. Where are you headed for?
I think that I'm going to go by the Adventurers Guild. Actually,
Sure. What are you dropping by the Adventurers Guild for? I mean, you can walk in, you see
yeah.
folks behind the counters.
Hi there. Listen, do you guys offer a better rate for adventurers selling gear to you? Because I have a bunch of orichalcum to unload, and I am ready to get rid of it. And I think that you're the lucky customer.
Oh, sure. Orichalcum. So you brought the ores with you?
Yep. Yeah. I pull them out of my bag.
Where did you get all this wiring?
What do you mean?
I mean, usually when orichalcum is just found laying around, it's ores or even like blocks or bricks of it that have to be processed. You have like fully processed orichalcum wire here. Where did you get this?
I found it, actually. It was laying in a park somewhere, and that is not a lie.
Uh-huh.
You can see if I'm telling the truth, I promise you. I did pick it
This
up in
is
the park.
This is going to take us some time to process. Make sure that
Right.
you didn't obtain this illegally. But we will hold it here, and you have your card, yes?
Yeah, can you give me like 25% credit on it? At least?
We'll see.
Right. Okay. Listen, I've been looking for some potions, actually. I was wondering, do you think I could get some basic healing potions? Just a couple of them.
Sure. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. And she'll stock you up. We'll handle that kind of stuff off stream. But we'll assume that you have collected some potions for yourself for later
Awesome.
use.
Yep, and that's how I'm going to spend the rest of my time there, I think. At least until, we go back.
Go back where? You're going back to the park?
No, sorry. Until we get back around to Andy.
Get back around to
Yeah.
Andy. Cool. Cool. We're going to hit these up quick and fast. And I hit the wrong button on my laptop, not the one that's my notes. We're going to move along to... we're actually going to go to Tristan. Tristan, you head out to the Grand Pantheon where the mausoleum is located, and you find Solomon.
Joan, before we get there, did you see my Discord message I sent you?
I did not. I don't have
Check that
Discord
real quick.
open.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I find Solomon in the Grand Pantheon.
You do. You find Solomon
Okay.
there. He appears to already have the bodies of the Athenian aces laid out and ready.
Hey, Solomon, you could always call me in even on my day off. This looks like a lot of work you did on your own.
Yes, I suppose it is, but I figured you'd want to have a chance to look them over.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was actually assisting the officers with finding justice for these three. I assume you've already done the rites and everything. Is there anything else that needs to be done?
I have the cataloged information for you, the autopsy report.
He hands you 3 pages of notes, the autopsy reports for each of the bodies.
As I take it, I mumble to myself, under my breath. Let me guess, katana strikes to the chest, something like that. I'm reading through.
All 3.
Yeah, seems to be the case.
I
think
take
I
it
know.
you're potentially familiar with the assailant.
Yeah, he's a individual that we're looking for. We don't know how to find him, but we're devising a plan to do so. He's dangerous, kind of the head of a shadowy organization. Don't worry yourself about it, Solomon. It'll be okay. I was actually wondering if I could get your help with something.
Potentially.
Hopefully it's not too much trouble, but I was wondering if you could help me contact your boss.
You see him for the first time ever, wince a little.
Yes, I am technically capable of contacting him.
I would hope to speak with him. There's something that I think should be brought to his attention, and I don't think he'll take any credence or harm in bringing this to him. It would be
Okay.
beneficial.
I do have the capability to do that, and you're absolutely sure this is important and necessary.
He's
Yes,
kind of
I think it
looking.
is.
You can tell he's almost. He's as visibly nervous as he ever gets.
Is he like one single bead of sweat? Like,
Yeah,
it goes down
one
the side
single
of his
bead of
face.
sweat dripping down the side of his head.
You have a good relationship with your boss, right? I assume Hades wishes to be called as such.
No, I do not.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
What? Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, I indicate for him to sit down next to me, awkwardly.
I spent enough time in therapy that I think I will be just fine, thank you.
Okay, you know what? You could bring him out, and you could go to another room. Actually, I'll just do the talking. He doesn't even have to know that you're here.
I'm going to be needed for the summoning anyway. Give me a moment.
So he picks a corner of the room and starts drawing a magic circle of sorts. Sets some candles in the area, and finally he reaches into the break room and comes back with a pomegranate, which he splits open and places down in the center. Um,
All right, here we go.
and he begins a 10-minute ritual. And when the ritual ends, the circle glows with a bright red light. There's a burst of flame, and then Hades appears before you. What do you want?
Lord Hades, I bow to him. I have some information that you may wish to be privy to. I apologize for contacting you.
I'm
I'll
getting
just be short with
so many people. Don't you know I'm busy? I had
I know.
Taiki down here just a moment ago, and then you idiots coming into my underworld, and now I'm getting
Taiki, that's
called up.
interesting. Anyways,
What in the world is going on?
sorry. I'll keep this brief. The Titan you have locked up, Thanatos, he seems to be influencing the mortal realm in
Do
a
you mean
myriad of ways.
Kronos?
Excuse me, Kronos. I'm not in the right mind at the moment. I apologize.
All good.
Um,
I was like, your
Can
dad is
he-
behind it all?
no. Yes, it was me the whole time. No, Kronos,
Um,
the Titan.
he looks at you in surprise, and he's like, "Really? How?
Yes.
What's
we
the
have.
situation?"
Well, there's a few things, and there's a couple of inferences that have been made, but other things are for certain. He has a group that is working in his favor to obtain his harp, his sword,
That's
his
not a
weapon.
surprise.
Yeah, so they are working on his behalf. Additionally, it seems that he has some way to conduit his power to the world of the living through metallic veins of some sort. I'm not sure how it works, but this is an inference that's been made. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of temporal aura around the city. One that I have no idea what the source of it is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go deal with that right now. This is priority number one. Taiki can wait. Okay. Thank you for letting me know about that. Maybe you're not as bad as I thought you were. All right. Fine.
Thank you, Lord Hades.
Get
Very
out of my
gracious
face.
of you.
Snaps his fingers and vanishes in a burst of flames.
I look over to Solomon. I'm like, see, was that so bad? It's not too bad talking to him. He's a reasonable man.
He didn't even acknowledge I was here.
I don't think he saw you. I think he was focused on me. He kind of chased us out of hell last we were down there, out of Hades. He wasn't very happy.
I don't think I want to know.
No, probably best you don't. Well, anyways, Solomon, that's all I really needed. If you could finish up here, I'd really appreciate it. I just need to take a walk and think.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, so I go to leave, and I leave the mortuary, and I go outside, and I'm startled as a bird like hits the window next to me and collapses to the ground. And I bend down and pick it up in my hands and take my gloves off and put them in my breast pocket. And I try to summon my power to bring it back in my hand. Like I clasp my hands over it and try to bring it back. Do I need to cast anything? I guess I could just hit up a Revivify.
You're trying to, yeah, this would be a cast of Revivify. So they will need to make, the bird will make a saving throw. Say 50-50.
Come on, bird. Come on, bird.
I believe.
Your magic power floods from your mark into the bird's body. For a brief moment, it opens its eyes. You hear one last chirp, and then it passes.
Man, I was hoping in exchange for its life, it could help me find some way to bring my parents back home. I take it and bring it over to a flower bed nearby and gently bury it and dust my hands off and shake my head and put my hands in my pockets and start making my way home.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Next, we're gonna go over to, we're gonna go to Larb. Larb, you're hanging out back in your grotto. Pan's there, keeping a close watch over Marvin Biz, who is rooted to the ground. Pan appears to be in the middle of this really long lecture about the values of sheetgrass, and Marvin is just let me out, trying to struggle uselessly against the vines that he's tied up with.
Oh boy. Pan, sorry to interrupt. I know this is one of your favorite stories to tell, and it is just bursting the seams with information. But can I talk to Marvin privately?
No, sure. Yeah, you could do that. I'll just should I just see myself out for a bit, or I don't know, maybe take a walk around the park, or
Can you do me another favor? Can you
sure,
somehow
I
etch out
guess.
the location of those wires extending throughout the park?
Oh, sure, I could just unearth them. Here, just let me go.
No. Cover them with I don't know, flowers or something that I can reference to in the future.
Yeah, that I can do, but I imagine you want a little privacy, so I'll just pull it out a little bit and give you some space. So here, let me.
Reaches down and pulls up the wire a little bit. You hear some ripping as he goes off into the woods, where you have a little privacy now.
Marvin, what are you doing? Remove the gag from his mouth. Sorry.
I mean, I'm sitting here, I guess, being lectured by an oversized goat man.
Oh, no. The big picture. What are you doing in life? How did you get wrapped up in all of this?
Money, I guess. I was doing well, doing well in business, and I saw you drop out of the game, and I saw you end up on the streets, and I thought to myself, I couldn't end up like that. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm no champion. I'm not. I don't have some god looking out for me, and so I devoted everything into making as much as I could.
That's how
I'm
I
not.
ran into Virgil,
That's,
and
mhm.
he made me a business proposition I literally couldn't refuse.
As much as we see differences in each other, that's probably the first thing that I can really relate to. Just the desire to keep one's social status. But I gotta be honest with you, Marvin. It's really not everything. There's so much beauty in the world that sure you could buy a park, you own it, but until you walk through it every day and talk to the plants and the animals, you don't get to see the beauty of life with dollar bills in your eyes all the time. I had to fall from where I was and lose everything to finally gain what I feel like is a life. I used to be just like you, consumed by money and greed, and sure, I have like a hack brain scheme every once in a while, but it's all for fun. And the only reason I really need money is because of you, because I can't lose this park. It's who I am now.
He thinks for a very long moment. He says, "Well, Larb, there's really only one thing I can do for you at this point. Can you turn me into the police?"
I was thinking that they could probably offer more protection than Pan can. As you can clearly see, he's got good intentions, but doesn't have a lot of combat practicality. I don't
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
die
But
for your mistakes.
the main reason I wanted to do that is because if I'm in jail, I can use my power of attorney to have someone else look over my estate for a while. Do you think, with the kind of income that I have, you might have enough to save your park?
Well, it depends. Was there anyone that was going to outbid you?
I mean, not unless you brought in someone like Rex Aurea, man.
He has no interest in stuff like the park. It's too real, too earthbound for him. His head's in the clouds.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I mean, that would be very gracious and humbling of you. I do think that you do need to pay for your actions, but not with your life. And maybe when you get out of jail, you can come visit the Bizaranthian Park.
I'd like that.
All right, let's go
So,
then.
just just so you know, like I don't actually know what's going on. He just told me that did they do something to just make the park worse, lower the quality, like make it rot away or something. I don't know if that's what's going on.
Do you know what the wires are then? These wires?
I mean, they're orichalcum. I'm
But where
assuming
did
they're
they
being
come
used.
from?
Beats me. The Dante's Circle guys had to install them somehow. Wonder how they did that.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Let's walk and talk, and then Larb will kind of just, as Larb will trying to squeeze the last information out of him. What were you holding for them in like your warehouses and properties and stuff?
I mean, just I don't know. Actually, I mean, I just own the properties. They used them for whatever the heck they wanted. For all I know, they used them to hold stolen goods or magical artifacts, people even, I suppose, if they were really
And you
desperate for
like
space.
you keep like a pretty diligent eye on your properties, right? Like with security cameras and footage and
They
stuff.
may have, they may have been paying me a little bit to look the other way.
Okay. if there's anything that you can provide to help stop this, this isn't just putting like the park in danger or me and my friends in danger. This could potentially put the world in danger. There's some, I mean, there's some evil stuff at work here, Marvin. Like truly evil.
Yeah, there's something terrifying going on. I don't know what, but I don't know. I feel a little more at peace knowing that this all is happening. Thank you, Larb.
You're welcome, Marvin. They walk up
As
the steps
you-
to the precinct.
Yeah. Yeah, you drop him off with the police who take him into custody. And in a few moments, the officers come back and inform you that he has, in fact, given you custody over his estate while he is imprisoned. So you are the current owner of the Byzantium Industries real estate.
And then the officers arrest him because he's going to jail for a bunch of fraud. We finally got you, Larb.
Oh. You'll never catch me. He bursts into squirrels. Just a bunch of squirrels.
All right. We are going to go to our last member, who is Lucian. Lucian, what are you up to today?
So as Lucian is walking away from the park, he kind of pulls out his hearth phone and then texts Andy, "You owe me five silver," and then puts that away. Because Juniper did not, in fact, kill Marvin.
It's true.
And I think he's just going to make his way over to the police precinct.
Cool. Based on our timeline, you would be arriving here well before Larb. So you head into the precinct where the whole place is just alive with activity. The few officers who are still here are trying to coordinate basically a mass attack on a gang all around the city.
Okay, I'm just going to walk over to my dad's office.
Sure. You walk into your dad's office. When was the last time you were in your dad's office?
I think Lucian was like maybe in here like a month ago to like look for information that his dad might have on his mom, but there really wasn't a whole lot, so that's about it.
Okay. You walk into the office and it looks about the same as it did before. Maybe there's a few more empty coffee cups in the garbage can and littered around the room than you expected, but for the most part, like, it's a pretty normal police officer's room. Your dad is not currently in there.
Mm-hmm.
The officers are a little distracted at the moment.
Yeah. I think Lucian's just kind of like going to go look at his desk and see if maybe there's like an envelope that has some like information on it or something. Maybe kind of like figure out why like my dad was so elated.
What you see on his desk are actually some pretty basic files. Just general paperwork. You can tell that he has in fact been solving a few other cases on the side. Smaller cases, of course. But he has been like making progress. They're paying him for a reason. He is in fact good at what he does. But you don't see anything related to the big case.
Oh, that's an Amber Alert. Whoops.
Yeah, I got that too. I just silenced my phone.
Yeah.
So
Whoops.
that everybody's phone's kind of going off there.
I thought it was a thing that Joan did to like make it scary,
Not
and I got
mine.
spooked.
Oh,
You back-
I did not plan that. Anyway, As cool as it would be
It was
to
so
have
real.
an alarm go off. No. These are like some pretty basic cases that your father handled. You see his name in the detective in charge, in a lot of the paperwork. There's sometimes some other names, but as far as you can tell, like these are just a whole bunch of unrelated cases.
Okay. Lucian's gonna take out his trusty magnifying glass that he hasn't used this entire campaign and do an up down on the desk to see if there's anything like a hidden compartment or something like that.
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
And the fun thing about magnifying glasses that you may not know is that they actually provide advantage on any ability check to fine detail. So that's a fun thing. I did it without the modifier, but Lucian's investigation modifier is plus 11.
Okay.
So what is that? 28, I think.
Yeah, so 28.
28. Dear Lord. All right. So you pull up your magnifying glass and you inspect the entirety of the desk. You inspect the whole office. You do, in fact, find a small hidden compartment in one of the desk drawers. You lift it up, and there's a few files in there. Some of them are case files. You look through them. They don't appear to be related to the cases at hand. And then at the bottom, you find a birth certificate.
Huh. Okay.
You find your birth certificate.
Why would
and a copy of the adoption papers.
Oh no! Now I am adopted. Lucian's just gonna. Okay, so Lucian wants to look at the paper and like read it and take Bruce's desk, sweep the table, and then just put the paper on the desk and like turn the lamp on and just like read it.
Yeah, these, as far as you can tell, these are legit adoption papers for Bruce and Marilyn Van Dyke to adopt a son.
Like, what are my stats? What are my baby stats? Like,
your baby stats.
Does it have like a parent, like, because like at this point, like is Lucian like a half elf? Because Bruce is a human and Lucian's mom is an elf. So like, did they get like a half elf, or am I just like a human?
Lucian, you look down at the notification of race, and you see changeling.
Ah, I see. Well, that's not what was expected. Huh. Man, my dad puts up with a lot for someone he got off the street. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, Lucian's gonna like think about and like what changelings do and where they would have gotten a changeling and like the history of changelings he's like read about. Lucian is going to very like calmly just like take out his hearth phone, like hold it above, snap a photo, and then text it to his dad.
Yo, okay.
You get his standard response message.
I get his automated response message?
You get his automated response message.
Lucian then texts, "I'm setting your desk on fire," and then hits send. And then just pulls out, just like calmly, just like takes like a flask of oil, and then takes a lighter, and then goes to the corner of the wooden desk, and then just soaks the corner of the desk with fire, and then lights it on fire.
It is at this.
Oh.
Hold on. It is at this point, as you are like preparing to go and commit arson, that the police officers finally notice you in the room. Hey, you're not allowed to have access to those files.
If I'm not allowed to have access to them, then you should put them somewhere where I can't reach them, because I'll find them if I want to find them.
Make me a athletics or acrobatics check.
Order of magical strength, baby! I'm gonna hit my battery and add my int to my strength, my athletics check.
Incredible.
Okay. Yeah!
Okay.
Jesus.
Lucian cannot be stopped! Absolutely not!
So this guy, like, he reaches out with his hand to, like, grab a hold of you, and you activate your suit of power armor. Like, tear yourself out of his grasp.
I want to tear my arm out and then, like, pin him against the wall.
Make me another athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
This is a grapple attempt.
I'm gonna trigger my suit again. 15, not bad.
Yeah, tiny little Lucian in his power armor grabs a hold of this police officer who's like twice his size and pins him up against the wall. And the officer's eyes just go wide.
Lucian is gonna, like, holding this guy up. Lucian's gonna say, "Do I know this guy?" Like reading his, like, name tag. Have I seen him around the precinct?
Yes, you would know this guy. He's just one of, like, the general lackeys.
Okay. Lucian's gonna, like, hold this guy up and just say, like, "I don't know what you're trying to do, and I don't know why you're trying to do it, but in probably forgotten more than you've ever learned, and I know that I'm going to go on to do things that you probably can't even, like, think about because you're not smart enough to do so. So I really recommend that you forget that I'm here and walk out before, in my, like, enraged, newly adopted state, do something I might just, like, potentially, like, regret." I'm gonna roll intimidation and add my commanding presence.
Goodness. Do it.
Heck yeah.
6, but that's not gonna do a whole lot. Yep, that's a 6.
He looks down at you and he's like, I'm maintaining security. You're the intruder here. You're not supposed to be here. This is Bruce Van Dyke's office. You're just some kid.
I'm Bruce Van Dyke's son.
All the more reason for you not to be in his office when he's not here. Where's your dad?
You'd know more than I would.
He shrugs. Still pinned to the wall, by the way.
So, I want to ask you, how do you want to handle this situation?
Well, let's see. You've broken into a police officer's room, invaded his security, gained access to top secret documents, and then threatened a police officer. So,
I just mentioned that I might do something I regret. I'm gonna, like, with my, like, mouth, because I'm holding it, like, take off my left gauntlet and show him the mark of Athena. I'm a champion. I can and will do something that you will regret making me do. That is a threat. I will push you through this wall, unless you just leave me alone.
He puts up both hands in surrender.
Now, you're gonna leave. This didn't happen. And if you find my dad, send him my way, because I'd like to talk to him.
All right. And you still have him pinned to a wall. You're gonna let him down?
Yeah, Lucian's gonna let him down.
Cool. He closes the door behind him as he leaves.
It's like, I don't make
Lucian's
enough
just gonna
money for this.
Lucian's just gonna sit
Still
in
no,
Bruce's.
still no response from your dad. By the way, it's still no response.
Lucian's gonna sit in Bruce's chair, and I think he's gonna say, "Athena, are you there?"
What are you intending to ask her?
Again,
Sorry, my whole screen just froze.
oh no,
up.
that's
Can you
fair.
say
Mine
that
did
again?
too. Lucian's gonna say, "Athena, do you have a second? I'd like to talk."
You are. Roll me a religion check.
Lucian's gonna look at his book and be like, "How do I talk to a god?" Trying to give himself guidance on socializing with the divine. And my religion is a +5. Oh, that's really nice, actually. And then guidance for kicks. 25.
25. You sort of put together sort of this you make this sort of semi altar out of your dad's desk, rearranging things to try and summon Athena to your side. There is a flash of white and a woman who, with a no nonsense attitude, tight bun tied on the back of her head, silver hair, horn rimmed glasses, in a slim gray suit, appears before you.
It was easier to get a hold
Hello,
of you
Lucian.
than my dad. Wild. A god. I can summon a god easier than I can summon my father. Okay, well, carrying on. Athena, why?
Why what?
Why a lot of things? Okay, so, one, my dad is a detective. My mom is, a professor. Why aren't they champions? They're smart people. First of all, why am I champion?
They turned me down.
Wait, that's an option? I could have turned you down?
Yes, you could have. But deep down in your heart, you know that you wouldn't have.
No, because using you and whatever benefits you have is a beneficial exchange in terms of finding my mother.
Exactly.
What do you get out of this?
I get a champion who's going about spreading my name, doing good deeds.
But I'm not spreading your name. I actively hide, show her the glove, the fact that I'm your champion. And for the most part, I don't do good deeds. I just deal with problems that are in my way.
Since the time you've gotten your power, you have saved so many lives because of the decisions that you've made using the powers that I've given you.
But that's because my mom's missing. It's not because I have any desire to go out and do good and play hero. It's because my mom is gone and I want to find her. I mean, you do realize, like, you're smart enough. You know that the moment I find my mom, this is done, right?
Once you've accepted a champion's power, it doesn't go away. You can't reject it. You can't remove it.
Oh, there's
This
gotta
is
be
going
a way.
to follow you. This will follow you for the rest of your life, whether you like
What
it or
if-
not.
That's not a thing. I mean, people fall into favor with their gods all the time, right? They lose power. I mean, like, when we talked, you talked about, like, what champions of Athena do, right? I mean, if I take my book, I'm going to hold up my encyclopedia. If I destroy this, won't you like me less? I'll have less of your power.
Less, but it won't ever truly completely fade away.
But I can bring it to a point where it doesn't, like, it's negligible, right?
Not quite. I think it's
Your way.
very admirable that you're trying to find a way out on your own terms. But this is one of those few cases where the rules are pretty open and shut.
Okay, but who makes the rules? I mean, you gods and your wisdom and power or whatever bestow this power amongst us. Why can't you get rid of it? Why can't you take it away? What if a champion of yours becomes evil? Do you want an evil champion running around doing awful things with your power? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
No, we've unfortunately had a few of those. And that's why we tend to be much more conservative about who gets our power these days. Hades himself is especially traumatized by many who would use his powers for evil.
Okay, that aside, why am I adopted?
I think that is something you need to find out from your father.
Okay, third question, where's my mother?
Your father has the answer to that.
Okay, where's my father?
Go home, Lucian.
All right,
And she
Lucian's just gonna
vanishes.
like power armor suit, just jump out the police precinct window and just like sprint home, grabbing the birth certificate.
You gotta pay for that!
Absolutely not. And he's gonna run home.
Yeah, cool. You run home. We are going to briefly jump over to a couple other characters really fast to resolve some important stuff. Dr. Levitan, you are on your way back to your car with William and Holly in tow. All of a sudden, Holly stops. And
Holly?
there's a glimmer in the air, and you realize that she has paused as she felt the touch of a blade at her neck as a long blood-red katana appears. A man with a balding head in a black and red suit holds her niece under his sword. I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come on, let's go, Juniper.
Let's go. That's terrible.
All right. Juniper, you start having a panic attack.
Yeah.
As Virgil himself steps out from the shadows. I'll give you one option. You come willingly, or you lose the girl.
I have a counter option. You take me and you let her go.
I'll abide by my deal. He nods his head to some men who come out of the bushes. William, who's been like paralyzed in fear this entire time, that's his daughter, trapped by a blade, is frozen, helpless as his goons approach you. One of them pours a liquid into a cloth and covers your nose with it. You inhale, and the chloroform takes you out. And the world goes black.
Wonderful.
Cool. Andromeda, you are on your way out of the Adventurers Gear Center. I want you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
You said athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage?
With disadvantage, yes.
All right. Let's see, I'm proficient in neither. It's a 7.
7. Not feet from your car, the bushes erupt as a squad of people descends upon you. You see the mark of Dante's circle on all of their uniforms as they grab a hold of you. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I have a chance to act before they, but like as I'm making this before I make this?
This is a surprise round.
For sure. Okay, con save. It's not to maintain concentration, so I don't do it with advantage.
No.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You manage to hold your breath as they press a rag with some sort of liquid poured into it over your mouth and nose. You are now struggling with multiple people on top of you. How do you want to respond?
Can I speak?
You could and open your mouth to the cloth that's currently being held over
using
it.
your air.
Could I speak out, though?
Your last one out. I'm saying your last one out.
Sorry, just taking care of stuff. Anyway.
So, yeah, no. So I managed to hold my breath. Can I, like, speak out through the cloth at all?
Without breathing in?
Without breathing in,
yes. Yeah. You would get a chance to
it's okay if I breathe in afterwards. It's okay if I breathe in afterwards. I just want to speak out first.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to cast Dimension Door. Because it requires only verbal. And I am going to go ahead and get 500 feet away from there, down the street, hopefully. Yeah, like that. Andy is gone.
You vanish out. Your car is left behind, but like they're not going to be able to do anything with that. It is like magically tied to Hermes. So, and what? You just start running down the street?
Yeah. I call Lucian, I think, or I text the group chat saying, "What? I just got kidnapped. Almost got kidnapped." Yeah, and then I'll get whoever I can on the phone. I'll like start a group call.
All right, you can attempt to start a group call. Larb, Lucian, and Tristan can all pick up.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Guys, I I'm running down the street. There's these people behind me. They just tried to kidnap me and shove me like chloroform on my face. Where's Juniper? Did she pick up?
I don't
No.
think she's here.
Where's she at? She went to the
I don't
university.
know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe your office.
All right, I'm headed there immediately. You guys should meet me there.
Okay. Click.
Tristan's gonna look
Landing
around and
heads
see if he sees any like people following him or anything like that, like any shadowy figures.
Same as well.
Make me perception checks, you two.
I got a wow. I got a 1.
Oh no!
Yeah. Larb and Tristan look around. Larb hears a crashing of glass. Just slightly off in the distance, but otherwise doesn't seem to notice any people in the area.
They're coming from the buildings.
Tristan, yeah, as far as you can tell, there's nobody there.
I will change my direction and start going towards the university as well.
Yeah, Rob's gonna
I'll stay
cast
like
Pass
close
Without
to
a
the
Trace.
walls.
As Lucian's running, he's gonna say, "I'll be there," but he's gonna listen to Athena and go home.
Cool.
And just keep a vigilant
right.
eye out.
Cool. It takes a while, but Tristan, Andromeda, and Larb arrive at the university. There are already like police cars outside. Things seem to be calm. I think Andromeda would recognize Dr. Levine's ex-girlfriend and co-worker, Destiny Cazadora, talking with some of the police.
Hi, Destiny, was it?
Yes. Andy?
Yes. Listen, I think Juniper just got kidnapped. Some people just
man.
tried to grab me. Like literally less than 10 minutes ago, some people tried to grab me. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's probably been some time, right? It's probably been longer than that. It was like an hour ago. Anyways, I don't know where she is. Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
No, I mean, who would have? Where would she have? She was with her brother. Maybe they went to the cemetery. Her mother's grave is there.
Right.
You know, she was with her. Larb, we have the cell phone for her niece. We could give her a
Oh,
call.
right.
Larb, why don't you call her? She
Yeah,
seemed
go.
to be pretty
Yeah,
friendly with you.
I'll call Holly.
You call Holly. The phone picks up, and you hear sobbing on the end as this girl is
Hello?
just completely inconsolable.
Hello? Holly?
She's just like sobbing. They took Auntie Juniper. They took her.
Put on speakerphone. Where was she taken? Who took her?
Well, you hear the phone shuffle over as William picks up the phone and takes over. We don't know. They got in a car, slashed my tires, and left as soon as they could. My guess
he
is they'd
bald?
be taking her to some kind of base or something. Yeah, he was bald. That would explain why she had a panic attack. Okay. We have to find her.
We're on it. We'll try our best.
Is there any magical signature left from when that guy was here earlier with my detect magic glasses?
You look around. You're in front of the university.
Where
That was a
Juniper got
phone
kidnapped.
call.
Yeah. Mhm.
Juniper got kidnapped. Yeah, you look around the area, you do see some faint traces of magic of some sort.
What kind?
Chronomancy.
William,
I just text the word chronomancy in the chat and send it.
William, did Juniper have her cat with her?
That's a good question. Didn't no? Okay. Yeah, Nightingale is
No,
not
her
there.
cat probably
shoot,
would have
shoot,
been in the
shoot, shoot.
slaughter of the office.
Oh, the office. That's right. Let's
She
see,
probably wouldn't have
how
wanted to
that
take her
went
cat
down.
anywhere out of fear that the cat would get hurt.
Well,
You don't see the cat there.
Oh, we went to the office. Okay.
You don't see the cat in the office.
Larb would like to cast locate animals or plants, and I try to image the cat, the Juniper's cat, and I can learn the direction and distance to that creature within a 5-mile radius, if any are present.
You do not sense the cat.
I can't find her. Ugh. Do you have a trail, Andy?
Nothing. No, sorry. It's just I just know that chronomancy happened to you. Time magic.
Oh boy.
Something's wrong. They probably took it to a safe house. We need to check those.
I can
Tristan, do you have the
use
map?
some of the surveillance for the
Yeah,
warehouses.
I'll
so we
send the
don't have
map to everyone.
expose ourselves to danger.
I'll send it back to everyone in the group check.
Where's the
Except
nearest
for
safe house?
I'm not gonna send it to
For-
just
Yeah.
in case, Juniper, just in case. I guess we all each go to a safe house. I don't know if we want to split up, but that's probably our best bet. I don't know. It sounds like the cops were cracking down on them immediately, so I don't know if they'd even
Yeah.
be there.
Where's Lucian? Shouldn't he be here by now too?
Yes.
We're gonna cut
Maybe something
back
happened to Lucian.
the
Well,
Van
I'm gonna
Dyke
take a nap.
household. We're gonna cut back to
Oh, yeah.
the Van Dyke household where Lucian is has gone back home, and you see the door is wide open.
oh, absolutely not. Lucian's gonna sneak around to the back.
Yeah. Make me a
And
stealth
just-
check.
Yeah. Bad things are happening. Hey!
Not 20.
Another one. Oh my
Another.
god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You step quietly and carefully around the back of the house. I assume you're gonna like sneak in through the back.
Lucian wants to like look around to see if it was like forced entry or stuff. And are my passive stats picking anything up with like the 20?
Your passive stats are picking up. First of all, you recognize that it was definitely forced entry. There
It
are
was definitely
signs
forced.
there are signs that the door was damaged as it was forced open.
No.
You notice that it is incredibly silent in the house. And you see a door. The door to your father's bedroom is slightly ajar.
Okay. Lucian wants to sneak to the window of his like dad's room to look in through the window. He does not trust going inside this house.
You look into your dad's room, and this is the first time you've seen the inside of your dad's room in a long time, because why would you have cared? Right? Like he's not around for you. And and he's obviously just sleeping when like you're not here. So
Mhm.
and the entire room is covered wall to wall with various sheets of papers and information. You see string and tacks tying up things, connecting things together. You see several pieces of information that he probably shouldn't have. He's probably breaking the law to have in his household. You see, even the bed is covered in case files and information. It doesn't look like it's been slept in months. And you see on the floor in a puddle of blood, Bruce Van Dyke face down.
Okay. Lucian wants to like look left and right, like in. Like I can roll like perception or something.
Yeah. Even your passive perception is like ridiculously high. You don't see anybody else here. It's just Bruce.
Okay, Lucian's gonna like take his like thieves tool, his like little like file. He's gonna like pop the window open, and just carefully go in and careful not to disturb any of the evidence too, and then flip him over. Is he alive?
He is alive currently, but he is bleeding out. His breaths are shallow. Lucian, is that you?
Yes, it is. I need you to not talk.
I'm so sorry, Lucian. I was trying to be a better father for you.
No. It's gonna. I need you. You're doing that talking thing. You're gonna die. Shush. Nope. I don't need you to apologize. I need you to live. You can apologize once you lived. Did we get spell slots between sessions?
Not between sessions. You do have to have a long rest.
Okay. Lucian is gonna try. What I want to like check out is like what injuries does he have? I want to like see like what first to like try to deal with to keep him up.
They are gunshot wounds. Multiple of them. They appear to have entered through his back.
Oh. Okay. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna try to just like stabilize my dad to the best of like Lucian's ability.
Roll me a medicine check.
This is terrible.
One more nat 20, please. One more nat 20.
One more nat 20. Okay. D20 plus 3. No! And then guidance is... I'd like it to be above it. No! It's an 8. Balls! Is my dad's car here?
His car is out front, yes.
Okay.
Don't do it, Lucian. Don't do it. Do it.
Lucian...
Actually do it.
Yeah, Lucian is gonna hit his armor of magical strength, so he has more strength to carry his dad like stably. And he's gonna like try to carry his dad to his car as fast as possible, and try to drive him to Juniper's office for Tristan is.
You are carrying Detective Van Dyke in the car. He is still bleeding out. There is still blood getting all over the inside of the car.
Is there
his breathing is getting shallower.
Is there like a... oh, sorry.
He looks at you and says, Lucian, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Okay. Am I driving?
Are you? Did you just just grab his keys and go?
Yeah, I want to grab his keys, put him in the car, and try to gun it as fast, like, illegally as I can to the college where Tristan is.
I'm going to
I
say
want to drive
that
as
yes,
fast as Andy.
you're currently in the car.
Okay.
Driving illegally, you can see that there's like all kinds of other cars. You're like dodging around other cars, shaking the whole place. Um, he he looks up at you and he says, "Look, um, I don't want to have any regrets. You're my son, and I loved you,
Mm-hmm.
and I managed to do this one last thing for you." I found her, and with his dying breath, Detective Bruce Van Dyke puts a piece of paper into your hand. And then the light fades from his eyes, and he's gone.
Okay, you have 60 seconds to get to the university.
I really need to.
So for this is the most frantic drive of your life, Lucian.
It definitely
I am gonna give you one chance to get to a healer in time.
Oh God.
So we're gonna call this a proficiency check with land vehicles. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you are driving through basically the entire town, dodging traffic, plowing through street lights. And you have no training in driving a vehicle.
No.
So I want to inform you that I am going to make this a DC 15 check.
Okay.
If you can beat a 15, or if you can get a 15 or higher, you will make it to Tristan in time, and he can attempt to revivify if he has the spell slots for it.
Okay.
If you roll lower, then you don't make it in time, and the time limit will be up before Detective Van Dyke can be healed.
Okay.
So we're going to count this as it's going to be a dexterity check, and if you have it, you can use proficiency for land vehicles, for cars.
If I have what?
If you have proficiency for it, for land vehicles.
Just guys get smith tools, thieves tools, tinker tools, but not vehicle proficiency. Lucian never got his license. Okay.
No stress. You rolled 2 20s.
Yeah, but
got
the
it.
luck
Let's go,
balances
Lucian.
out. Okay,
It's fine. You get a third one.
Lucian's reading the driver's manual as he's like plowing the car through the city. Like, come on. Okay. Okay.
It's only a man's life resting on this roll. No pressure.
Okay. Guidance. Come on. Nah!
What's happening?
Lucian, you are
there-
tearing through the city streets as fast as you can go. Do you have anything else that you are capable of adding to this roll?
So that's what I want to ask. Like, is it possible for Lucian to like sacrifice his like car battery to like supercharge the car? Like just like to just like rip his artificer battery and like try to like hot wire it into the like circuitry of the car to like try to like give it like a turbo boost.
I will allow you to roll an additional 1d4 on the condition that during your next combat, whether this succeeds or fails, you will start with half your spell slots.
Happily.
All right.
Half of what he has already? Whoa.
half of his total spell slots. During the next combat, he will start with half of his spell slots.
So that means I get 1 spell slot because I'm running down because I have 3. Okay.
Wow.
Yes! Just ripping out the car battery. Not today.
In absolute desperation, knowing that your father's not going to make it. You've bought him a chance. That's all you've bought him. But you have bought him that chance. You rip open the front of the car, pull out the battery you used to power your magic, jam it on with the car battery in one desperate bid to make the car go faster. And for once, the world actually works that way. And you go rocketing through the streets, skidding to a halt in front of the university. The police officers are obviously very confused as you step out of the car.
Just like, Tristan! Andromeda! Larm! Ah! Like
Where
dragging
are
his
we?
dad
What?
because he doesn't
Lucian?
have the armor to like power his so he's just like dragging his dad. He's like smearing blood on the ground.
That was either a dog whistle or I think that was Lucian. I think something might be wrong.
You hear people start screaming. Yeah. People start screaming from outside as this kid gets out of this car that just like tore across the city. And gets out of the car, starts dragging a dead body towards the university.
I'm like holding my blood-covered hand, like calling the group chat.
Hello?
The scream! It's me!
Where are you? You're late.
In front of the university! Ah! Ted's dead! Get out of here!
Oh, okay. All right. He's in the front of the university. I really do think something might be wrong.
Andy really would help in this situation, but their phone is on Do Not Disturb since they're taking a nap.
I think we should let Andy rest. Tristan, let's go check it out.
Yeah, Tristan's running. He was running like as soon as he heard the screams. He has like a sense that something's wrong. The people around Lucian and his father, like that I have to push through or anything.
No. They are giving him a wide berth. That is a dead body being carried around right now. Even if it is of a police officer, there's blood everywhere. Yeah.
Tristan, my dad's dead. It's been less than 60 seconds. I made it across town in like 54.
I take my gloves off and like shakily press my hands against his chest and like feel for a pulse and feel for his life. And I look at his body and I can, and I channel my divinity to use the feature. Where is it here? Harness Divine Power, and I bring back my third spell slot, so I could use Revivify one last time.
Ooh.
Nice clutch.
All right. So for the people at home, I need to remind you that because Bruce Van Dyke is not an NPC, or he is an NPC, he's not a champion. He needs to make a roll to survive this, to be brought back. He needs to roll an 11 or higher.
Oh my god.
We still didn't get through everything I wanted to do today. We're running over time. So I hope y'all are ready because here it comes. I am rolling a d20, no modifiers, and you want an 11 or higher. That's a 9.
No!
Tristan, you desperately flood as much power as you can into your mark. You slam as much divine energy as you can into Bruce Van Dyke to try and save his life. But it's too late.
I'm like grasping at him, like my hands, like getting bloody from pressing up against his chest from the blood that's soaking through from the bullet wounds, and like I like look at Lucian. I'm like, Lucian, I'm trying. Let me try again. I press my hands again. I try to like squeeze more power in. I just keep trying.
Just try.
And
I need this to work. I need this to work so I don't have any regrets. Tristan, I need you to make this happen.
I'm trying, Lucian. I'm trying. I don't know. I started tearing up a little bit as I continue to try bringing it back, and I try casting other spells. I try everything I have that could heal him. I try spare the dying. I try everything, and just nothing seems to be sticking. Lucian, he's gone. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just not strong enough. He was too far gone.
As you
you can
kneel
bring-
over the body of Bruce Van Dyke, you see his ghost appear above him, looking sadly down at his son.
Bruce,
He
can you hear
looks at you. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Am I gone?
Yeah, I wasn't able to save you. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm very sorry. I tried. I guess I'm just not very good at this.
Look, don't blame yourself for not being able to pull me back from the dead. Just take care of my boy, would you?
Oh God. I'll try. He's a handful. Like I say, I'm struggling to hold back my emotions at the moment.
He sure is, but he's worth every second of it.
Is there anything you want to say to him? Can I touch Lucid and see if I can cast the Unearthly Chorus and see if I can be able to pull him into my being able to see him?
That's pretty good.
You know what? I'm going to allow it. Lucian, Tristan reaches over and takes a hold of your hand. And through him, suddenly you can see your father, his spirit floating over his body.
Lucian, here's your dad.
Hey, son.
Dad!
You don't have much time left. He's gonna fade. He's gonna go.
It's okay. He reaches down and puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "It's okay. I was never mad at you. I could never stay mad at you. I'm just sorry I wasn't a better dad, you know? I was trying so hard to be good for you and to make sure you had the best. And when your mother vanished, I fell apart trying to find her. And for that, I neglected you. And I'm sorry."
Lucian goes for the rare hug, but it doesn't work because he's a ghost.
Yeah.
And Lucian's gonna say, I'm sorry, Dad. There's a lot to apologize for, and I don't have enough time to do it.
It's okay. We'll see each other again someday.
Mm-hmm.
I promise.
Okay.
But hey, and he gestures down to the piece of paper that he'd put in your lap that has since dropped out of the car and is just laying there on the ground. go take care of your mother for me, will you, kid?
Mm-hmm. I can do
Thanks. Give her my
We only have a few more
best.
seconds.
that.
I can
I'm
feel
so sorry.
Thanatos coming.
I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm gonna find Mom, and then I'm gonna figure this out.
I love you, Lucian.
I love
And
you
then,
too.
as he says that, the scythe of Thanatos appears and carves his spirit in twain as he is sent to the underworld. Tristan, you see a very tight grip on Thanatos' scythe. And he nods once to you in respect that you gave this
Dad.
moment to Lucian.
I need your help. I need to be better. I keep failing. Like I'm starting to like a few tears are coming with Lucian as well. I need you.
He,
I'm trying to get to you. Man.
he opens his mouth to speak to you and then vanishes. You feel your piety increase by 2.
I like slam my fist into the ground repeatedly. Power over life and death, my ass. I'm sorry, Lucian. Like half hug him with one arm. It's like awkwardly pat him on the shoulder, on his metal armored shoulder.
Lucian is just gonna open the letter.
You open up the letter, and inside are, of all things, blueprints. There appears to be some sort of blueprint for an elaborate series of magical artifacts strapped together for what looks like some kind of magical ritual. The items that you can see in there include orichalcum wiring, an apple of discord, the harp of Kronos, and the palladium of Athena.
Uh-huh. And what does it look like it does?
It looks like it will mass project some sort of spell over a large area. It's impossible to tell exactly what spell from the design.
Okay. Okay. Lucian's pretty immobile right now.
That's fine. We're going to take a moment to go to another person in our party. Dr. Levine, you come to and you find yourself underground somewhere. It's dark and there's only a single, what looks like some sort of electric light lantern overhead. It looks like you're in some sort of tunnel. There is a small river. It reeks of human waste. Before you stands your captor. You look down and you find yourself with a gag around your mouth and your arms and legs tied to the chair that you're sitting in. Also, in a chair next to you, also bound and gagged, is one Saren Elran. Virgil looks down at you, and it was a lot of work getting you where I needed you. You had to go run off to that magical academy and keep that precious equation so far out of reach. Do you know how much work it was to get into that academy? And the only thing I found them protecting turned out to be something we needed, but not the equation that I was promised. So tell me, where is it located?
Am I ungagged at this point?
No, you're still gagged.
Well, well, then I sit silently. I close my eyes. And I pray to Athena that I find my way out of this. I hope that Holly is safe and that whatever I did was worthwhile.
Dr. Levine, he backhands you across the face. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have 12 hit points, so yeah, the gag muffles a sort of gasp.
Where is the equation? You stay silent?
Well, I can't talk. I'm gagged. So yes.
Right, but you can make motions or sounds or something. You're just gonna sit there silently glaring at him?
Yes.
You take an additional point of bludgeoning damage as he backhands you again. This is getting me nowhere. He reaches down and grabs a hold of your chin. If you won't give it to me, I'll take it. And I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm assuming with disadvantage.
No, actually. Not this time.
Nice.
All right, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
17,
I
that's
glare
pretty
at
good.
him and give him the middle finger while doing so.
Giving him the middle finger isn't really possible with your hands bound, but a good effort.
Yeah, I try.
You feel a sharp pain of sorts as something crashes against your mental defenses. He frowns, and well, that's fine. We have other ways of making you talk. He reaches down to his hip and pulls from the sheath a blood-red katana. And he approaches Saren, who seems to be like groggy and barely conscious. He rips off the gag. Where is the equation? Saren kind of just looks at him weirdly and like has no idea what he's talking about. Are you gonna respond?
No. I close my eyes, attempt to shout out the noise in my ears as much as I humanly possibly can. Pray to Athena to forgive me because I know that this knowledge is worth protecting. That if he gets this, he will kill me anyways, and that I cannot spread any knowledge. And I will myself to be as out of existence as humanly possible.
All right. I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw, this time with disadvantage.
Yes. No. This did not go well.
As you desperately try to stay calm, you feel yourself panicking. Through the gag, as Saren, muffled, you hear him scream. As Virgil takes the blade and runs it straight through Saren, in one side and out the other. You feel your concentration wane, and you feel your magic spark a little bit out of control. The magical seal on your shoulder starts glowing faintly. So that's where you kept it. He walks over, tears open the shoulder of your shirt, where the magical seal holding the Eutelacious equation is held. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a strange magical device, places it on the seal, and there's a horrendous ripping noise as the seal breaks and a small flash drive falls out into his hands. That'll do. He kicks your chair over and starts walking out into the darkness. Juniper, you find yourself bound and gagged at the in this strange location that you have no idea where you are.
Did I take
What are you
any
doing?
damage when he did that?
I did not cause any damage when you did that. It hurt like crazy, but it didn't actually cause you any physical harm.
With that, I sort of just sit, and for the first time in like a long time, I don't have an altar. All I have is sheer desperation as I reach out to Athena and I try to contact her, saying, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. It's okay. You can kill me if you want. I've failed. I'm sorry. Just please, just save the rest of them. Please, Athena. Please reach me.
I want you to make a religion check, and I want you to do it with advantage.
Nice.
What'd you get?
22.
22. In your moment of desperation, you feel your brain starting to work into overdrive as you work out what all happened. You realize that from your position where you are, some of your glasses broke when he slapped you, and you can find a shard of glass on the ground. You manage to slip it into your hands and start sawing away slowly, painfully at your ropes. You see Saren on the ground next to you, bleeding out, looking just absolutely devastated. As you finally manage to saw through, the ropes. And cut yourself free. You now have your hands.
Is he dead?
He is still alive, but you can tell he's fading fast.
Using my abilities as an artificer, I'm going to cast Spare the Dying.
Nice.
Spare the dying. You remember all of your first aid courses from when you became a professor, the mandatory education courses, and using what you can, you manage to stabilize him. He is, for the time being, alive. Very injured, but alive.
And then I, additionally, in pain, reach down to him and cast Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds. All right. He's going to be healthier then.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Are you going to cut him loose or take off the gag?
I'm going to cut him. I'm going to cut him loose as well. Yeah.
Okay. You cut him loose. He reaches up and tears off the gag. And what the heck was all of that?
Saren, he has it. He has
what?
The thing I possess quite literally inside me that could end the world. We have to stop him.
Okay.
Do you have your phone? Do I have my phone?
You reach around you. You do in fact find your phone, and you have a missed call, a group call.
I sent out a quick group text saying, I'm underground, single light. I described the location just briefly, and then I set off the geolocation tag.
Yeah. Find my friend.
All right. It has been a very intense day, but we do not have enough time for everything, unfortunately, even though we went an extra hour overtime. But for now, at least, I think we need to say we will see you next week here on Pantheon City, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, or on our YouTube channel. But until then, until next week, we'll see you.
Grab your tissues for next time, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
For watching.
What
Oh my
the heck
goodness.
is that about? What does that
Oh
mean?
my goodness.
Holy
I have
Wow.
shit.
I did not even get to all the things I wanted to get to because I
I
was
still
like
can't
trying to hit
believe
all
that
this stuff.
I, as a non-cleric, saved Saren's life.
Nice. Yeah, good job. He'll tell me about it. Trust me, I feel
Wow.
even worse.